some of
I like where we are. And we still got a mud, baby.
Gervonta Davis and Shakur Stevenson just locked in their brutal training camps, setting the stage for one of boxing's most anticipated showdowns for boxing fans. Inside the gym, Shakur sharpens his surgical precision, every tool to silence the doubters and seize his moment.
that I was that fast and then I was. Why you wake up? You should have kept dreaming. Fast. Oh, keep dreaming. Dreaming, supposed to wake up. That nigga not eating, bro. You know that. You know that. You show I'm the best fighter in boxing. I'll tell you. No disrespect.
His focus on punching power is controlled and technical. He works on perfect placement, balance, and speed, so that each punch lands at the right moment with maximum effect. Against someone like Davis, his boxing becomes more strategic. He's not trying to match knockout power. He's aiming to disrupt, score, and keep his opponent cautious. Davis has said before that he always wants to stay one step ahead of his opponent. He studies patterns, sets traps, and waits for his opponent to make a mistake. That's why he can look calm early in fights. He's gathering information and planning what's coming next. Even pros like Mike Tyson weighed in, calling Davis a force of nature, while acknowledging Stevenson's elite skill and sophistication. He added that if Shakur were to handle Tank the way he's handled past opponents, it would completely change how highly he rates him, making this potential fight even more compelling.
People compare, fans compare you and Gervonta, saying that, you know, you guys are similar. Do you agree with that?
He's a great fighter. He's a great fighter. You know, especially when he's serious about it. You know, I don't know if he's as serious as he used to be. When he was serious, he was a hell of a fighter. Nobody came close. He's the only one I gave a chance against. Shakur and that guy, Keyshawn Davis, they're scary fighters too, because they're sophisticated. The other guy's sophisticated than me, but Tank is just a force of nature. You know, you just gotta give him the credit. You know, even though he's talking shit and stuff, he's a fucking man.
Adding fuel to the fire, Joe Rogan broke down exactly what makes Gervonta Davis so dangerous, and it's terrifying. According to Rogan, Tank fights with a chilling patience, staying conservative early, throwing just enough to keep you honest while you're paralyzed by the fear of his power.
Yeah, he sets traps and he's got ridiculous one-punch knockout power too. He's just such an interesting fighter because his style is so different from everybody else. He's so conservative in the early rounds, throws so few punches, and he lets you work. He lets you work, and you're backing up, and you're always afraid of that power, and he's just moving in, trying to find that opening where he just gets in there on you.
Agreeing with Rogan, promoter Eddie Hearn raises the concern of whether a long-term contract would hinder Shakur Stevenson's ability to make the important fights, suggesting flexibility is key. But when that first punch lands and the grim reality sets in, no contract clause can save a fighter whose legacy just became a high-stakes gamble with no safety net.
If they feel good, if they feel they can be competitive, and there's a lot of money to be made, I also get it.
People have been calling the Shakur fight an audition for you. Are you in talks with Shakur Stevenson?
He's coming on Saturday. I mean, listen, I can't. I mean, I've done a much better job than Top Rank in promoting him over the last 12 months. I don't even have a contract with him. You know, he had a good crowd in Newark. He just drew the biggest audience on ESPN of 2024. But when he's in with elite opposition, you're going to see some of the best fights in boxing.
Eddie further suggests that a Shakur fight is a very risky fight, but when the cage door locks and the first real shot lands, the truth about who is protecting who will explode in real time, legacy on the line, and a career-ending collision waiting to answer the only question that matters.
No, do you really want to sign, this is not me, this is a question for him, a 5-fight deal when it may stop you from getting certain fights? Like we're seeing a lot of promoters working together more now, particularly with Riyadh Season and his excellency. But, you know, I think Shakur is probably thinking to himself, I have to fight Tank, I have to fight Zepeda, I have to fight Lopez, I have to fight all these guys. And PBC, if they want the Shakur Stevenson fight, because that is a very, very, very risky fight.
Backing that perspective, Terence Crawford came out defending Shakur Stevenson, pushing back on the criticism of his style. He said people always call defensive fighters boring. That same thing was said about Floyd Mayweather Jr. Crawford made it clear that Shakur's movement, control, and IQ make him a very different challenge. He also hinted that Tank Davis wouldn't find it easy to land the same shots he usually does.
But Shakur is a different fighter. You know, Shakur is different. You know, people may call him boring. People may say he can't punch. But they say the same thing about Floyd. Because they defensive fighters.
Yeah.
Tank is not going to be able to hit Shakur like he hit everybody else. And he know that. He knows that. That's why he's like, he's boring. He's this, he's that. He's trying to diminish everything that Shakur have done, so it's not marketable. But he can't do that because Shakur is what, a 3-weight world champion.
On the other side, Timothy Bradley gave Tank his respect, but challenged him to do more. He said the real question isn't Tank's talent, it's the level of competition. Many believe Tank still needs to face the very best in the division, and according to Bradley, if Tank takes those fights and stays focused, he could prove everyone wrong and shake up the entire sport.
But everybody, the narrative is, you ain't faced the top guys yet, Tank. Take that chance, man. Take that risk, because right now you losing, player. You losing. Just like that kid the other day, he would have lost out. He leveled the hell up. He took that chance, and guess what? He realized, damn, I belong. I belong, man. That's what you need to realize, Tank. You belong, dog. For real. Because if you all the way focused, dialed in, bro, you come back, you dedicate a year and a half to this game, you will turn this game upside down.
Richardson Hitchens, however, sees it differently, with Haney declaring Shakur going to beat him. Devin doesn't really want that, though admitting it wouldn't be the same one-sided dismantling as Shakur's last outing.
But what do you think about him and Devin Haney? How does that fight play out between Shakur and Devin?
Shakur gonna beat him. Devin don't really want that.
Will it be that dominant though, like the way it was with Tio?
Nah. It wouldn't be that down.
No, it'll be a lot closer.
I don't know if it'll be a lot closer, but I mean, when I say a lot closer, like I don't know, Devin wouldn't get picked apart like how Tio did. Yeah. Shakur will probably still pull out an obvious decision, but I don't think Devin will get picked apart the way Tio did.
Ade Oladipo just shared another perspective. Shakur Stevenson versus Gervonta Davis must happen at 135 pounds, no exceptions, no excuses. He revealed that Shakur only moved up to 140 because nobody at lightweight would sign on the dotted line. But according to Oladipo, the fight the entire world is starving for isn't Shakur versus Teofimo. It's not Shakur versus Haney. It's Shakur versus Thank the Clash that American boxing and the culture have been begging for, waiting 3 to 4 long years to finally see.
Shakur Stevenson versus Tank Davis has to happen at 135. Like Shakur going to 140, for me, is almost because he can't get the fights he wants at 135. The fight he wants is Tank Davis. He wants to fight Tank. And I'm telling you now, for American boxing, there might not be anything bigger. Shakur versus Tank is mad. Like Shakur versus Tio is good, but for the culture, Shakur versus Tank is the fight everyone wants to see. It's the fight we wanted to see for a long time now. I'd say about 3 or 4 years. Not Shakur versus Devon or Tank versus Devon no, Shakur versus Tank is what everyone wants to see.
Backing that argument further, Tank's legendary coach Calvin Ford just revealed what truly separates Gervonta Davis from every other fighter on the planet. According to Ford, it's not just the devastating power or the surgical precision, it's the combination of both at a weight class where that simply shouldn't exist. But beyond the fists, Ford says Tank is special because he shows the youth how to rise from the gutter, how to survive the storm, and how to turn life's hardest knocks into knockout power.
He's special at that weight, that size, and he have a real calling. It's for the youth of the USA to let them know whatever you go through in life, you're going to go through. It's just how you finish it up. And that was one of the things that I instilled in him. Is, you know, everybody gonna have rocky roads starting off. It's how you finish. And he take that to heart. It's how he put on a performance and how he's going to finish.
Gervonta Davis just dropped a chilling truth bomb, and it sounds like a warning to the entire division. Tank made it crystal clear. The only fighter who can actually beat him is Gervonta Davis. No Shakur, no Haney, no Teofimo. According to Tank, the rest can't even touch him because he's already cracked both of them.
3 people in the world that I think that could beat Tank. That would be Devin, that would be Shakur, and Tank Davis himself.
You got the last one right. That's the only person that can beat me, Gervonta Davis. That's the only person. Them niggas cannot touch me at all. They all been in the ring with me. They all been in the ring, and I cracked both of them. I cracked both of them.
Gervonta Tank Davis is one of the most explosive fighters in boxing today, and what really separates him is the combination of speed, power, and timing. When it comes to punching technique, Tanks are very efficient. He keeps his shots tight, generates power from his core, and stays balanced. Tank Davis's shadow boxing is on another level. When you watch him, it's not just random movement. Everything is sharp, controlled, and intentional. His hand... Shakur Stevenson has taken his sparring sessions to an almost insane level, pushing himself against multiple elite partners in back-to-back rounds. These sessions are designed to simulate the highest intensity fights, forcing him to react instantly, adjust angles, and maintain perfect timing under extreme pressure. His sparring isn't just about throwing punches, it's about precision, defense, and exploiting openings as they appear. Shakur drills combinations, slips, and counters relentlessly, building the kind of muscle memory and fight IQ that shows up the moment a real opponent steps in the ring.
You need people like me so you can point your fingers and say, that's the bad guy. So, will I make you good? Well, yeah, get ready. We need to be pushed today. Bring the smoke, baby.
That dude ain't going into the right place.
Alright, now it's your turn. If this fight actually happens, who are you taking? Is it Tank Davis with that explosive power, the kind that can end the fight in a single moment? Or Shakur Stevenson with the elite IQ, defense, and movement, controlling the pace and outboxing his opponent round by round? Do you see this ending in a knockout or going all 12 rounds to a decision? And be honest, does Tank land that one big shot or does Shakur make him miss all night? Drop your prediction in the comments and explain why. Also, let us know if you want a full fight breakdown when this gets officially announced. If you enjoyed this video and want more content like this, fight breakdowns, UFC earnings, boxing analysis, and coverage of the biggest matchups, make sure you hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss anything. There's a lot more coming on this potential fight, including deeper analysis and updates as things develop. Thanks for watching. Don't get to watch our latest videos on your screen for the latest updates.